Let's bring in Mary Ellen O'Toole. She was one of the most senior profilers for the FBI, having worked on high-profile cases such as the Unabomber and the Green River killer. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. But I also want to ask you about the psychology of this, because that's a lot of what you did every day in your job. What do you make of all of these folks who seem to be directly or indirectly justifying what this guy did?
Boy, I'm not sure I know the answer to that. It is very concerning because we're looking at such extreme behavior when someone loses their life. I mean, that's very, very extreme, no matter what the circumstances are. So to try to fit in your anger about a particular institution or a particular type of business and say, well, it was warranted because. And I'm promoting that because I feel like I too was wrong. If that's kind of the sentiment, I'm not sure what to say about that. That's very, very worrisome. And what happens when it extends to, other companies or other situations? So
Yeah.
I think it's certainly something that we all have to take a look at and really correct.
So let me ask you, do you think that this guy's going to make a spectacle of himself at every proceeding? I mean, this is from the New York Times citing a NYPD report that he appeared to view the targeted killing of the company's highest-ranking representative as a symbolic takedown and a direct challenge to its alleged corruption and power games. He views himself as a hero of sorts who has finally decided to act upon such injustices. You think he's going to be making a spectacle?
It's really hard to say. There are so many cases where people will initially start when the case begins to come into the courtroom and they begin to act out, or they begin to attempt to draw a lot of attention to themselves. And then as time goes on, they begin to calm down. And then sometimes the exact opposite is true. So it's really hard to predict. And then there are some people that, because they are now given a platform for their beliefs and for their sense of being victimized, the courtroom is the best place in the world, in their eyes, for them to try to get all the attention. So it's really going to depend on his personality. It's going to depend on how he views this whole process. So we still don't know, and time will tell.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.